Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Your Keys to Mastery for August 11th to August 13th. For those of you who do not know me, I'm Arlene Grace, a channel, numerologist, and spiritual coach. So as I tune into today's energy, we've moved into the diamonds. So we're still in the diamonds, and we're going to be moving on Saturday into the clubs. And so we've been so focused over the last couple of weeks on the material, on our value, on our experiences. And as we're experiencing our life, as we're living our life, we're seeing the things that we want, we don't want. We're seeing the things that we value. We're seeing where we're discombobulated is the energy that I'm getting, where your head is not on your body and it's just freaking out a little bit. It's freaking out on the time constraints, or I got to do this, or someone's coming home and I got to do this, and I got to finish these things, and I got to pack up the stuff, and just so focused on the mundane, we'll say. And the mundane is now triggering the body into this response, right? A fight or flight response. And we're having these experiences to really show us, well, do I actually want this? Am I willing to pivot this? Do I actually value this experience? Is this the way that I want to go? And as we come into this place where we continue to focus on our physical experiences, our wealth, our value, our businesses, how we relate with others and the value there, what it is that we want to experience in love, we're going to move on Saturday back into the head, into the mind, where we are now going to be moving through this experience of time, where we're now going to be assessing, okay, I had this experience over the last couple of weeks. What did I learn? If I were to come to mastery on Saturday moving forward, what are the things that I loved? What are the things that I valued? And so let's bring it back to today. So today's energy is the Two of Diamonds and the Seven, which is interesting because I looked at the chart and all I could hear in my mind was Olivia Newton-John singing Let's Get Physical, right? And I don't know if you know this song. It came out in 1981, but it was really popular. It was really popular for the entire decade. And I could just hear her singing. And it's interesting because I believe that she just passed away this week. And as I am listening to the song, I was like, okay, well, I got to go look at the lyrics. And I'm saying all the things that I know you'll like, making good conversation. I got to handle you just right. You know what I mean? I took you to an intimate restaurant, then to a suggestive movie. There's nothing left to talk about, less it's horizontally. Let's get physical. And so I'm laughing with this because this is the energy on the lower perception. On the lower perception, I just want to go do the things. I'm willing to go. I want to go and I want to woo you. I want to buy you. I want to show you what I can do for you in order to attain your body, your company, your love, your validation. And it's fascinating because we can see how we do that. We can see how we do that on social media and our businesses. We can see how we contract ourselves, contract, not contract, though that may be the case as well, how we contract ourselves with those that we love, with those who we relate to, where the story that's rising up, a mom I sacrificed, working day and night to put you through university. Just love me and value me and do the things that I want you to do for me now, right? Or the idea of, what was shown right there, like the popular idea that, or what used to be a popular idea of, well, a man has bought you dinner and so you must go and have sex. And that was in the 80s, right? 90s. And so there is this idea that I can buy you, that I can consume you, that I can, woo you with the things so that you can love me, so that you can get something from me, so that you can see me, so that you can hear me, so that you can validate me. And the Seven is like, well, hold on a second. What about you? Like, what is it that you want? Because in this song and in this energy, we're not coming down into, well, what about the value of the experience itself, right? In all of this energy today, there's this big feeling of lack. I don't have enough time. I got to do the things. I can't take care of the kids. I got to go and I got to do this and I got to do that. And so there's this lack that is really rising up in the collective. And the shift in the perception is, hold on, can I shift my own perception to actually prioritize by seeing what it is that I want to value, what it is that I do value in my experience, value in my experience with my partner, right? If I have a date with my lover and we're going to go out and we're going to go to do the things, am I valuing the experience that I'm going to have when we go to dinner and what it may lead up to going to a movie? And what it may lead up to. And the values would be the intimacy, the connection, and the flirtatiousness, and the romance, and the fun, and the playfulness, and the conversation, all of those things, rather than looking at the end goal of, well, I got the thing we got in the end. Right. And that can be part of the experience. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's looking at your life to see, well, where am I playing this chess? This game of chess where I make this move, they make this move, I make that move, they'll do this move, and pulling back into, hold on, what do I value? What do I value in my experience? What is it that I'm wanting to experience in my life? And so it's getting out of the rut in our thinking and getting out of the idea that we must focus on what we see. And coming back into, hold on, what do I want to experience? Because we don't see that yet, right? We're creating an intention. We're creating an experience. And so we don't see it yet. And so it's not taking our past with us in that. Whereas we move into, this is what I value, this is what I'm wanting to experience, this is what I'm wanting to play with, that I'm not going to take my rollaway bag full of the stuff that he didn't do in the past, or the places where we, didn't have fun, all of those things. I'm just going to let that down, set that aside, and I'm going to go with it. And so your key today is this willingness to experience new avenues for love, new pathways for love, the willingness to receive new pathways to love. And so in this is letting go of how you connected love, how you connected the emotion of love to the things that you've experienced in your life. And so it's fascinating because I was listening to Bruce Lipton and he used this beautiful metaphor, right? And the metaphor came through the movie, The Matrix. And The Matrix, even though it was this, was it an indie film or it was like a very popular film? And there's a couple of others that have come out with that. And he's like, The Matrix is not like a sci-fi film. It's life. It is how we experience our life. And it is a documentary. It's a documentary. It's actually giving you the codes to how we actually experience our life. And in that, you got the blue pill and you got the red pill. And so the blue pill is this, I'm living in my subconscious. I'm not aware of my thoughts. I'm not aware of what's happening in my world. I'm under the hypnosis of life, and I'm under the hypnosis of all of the programming that I received for up until the age of 7, right? So we must be conscious in order to be alive in our body. And our consciousness when we're first born isn't sophisticated, right? We're here, and for the first 7 years, we are recorders. We're recording everything that we see, sense, hear, feel, touch. We're programmed by those that are around us. We're receiving information. We're just receivers. We're taking in all of that information up until the age of 7, right? And so, and beyond for certain things. And so in this receiving, when our consciousness is also developing during this time. So as we're recording all of this information, we're not seeing right or wrong. We're not seeing, whether that's good or bad unless it's programmed, right? No, you should not do this and you should not do that, etc. And during this time, when we aren't aware of our own thinking, of where we're thinking from, how our bodies are feeling, what our emotions are like, we can fall back into the hypnosis and we could start running the programs of what we had recorded from that time. And so sometimes that shows up as, wow, Arlene, sometimes you really act like your dad. Wow, Arlene, when you're in relationships, like you act like your mom. And that's because we start running that reel, we start running that program of how we were loved or how we saw their love. And so in that space, we are either living a place of limitation, what I should or shouldn't do, right? What's right or wrong. We're living in this place where we're seeing the polarity of life. And so as we're seeing the polarity of life, we're in judgment of ourselves, we're in judgment of others. And so in this movie, we've got the blue pill, and that's living in the hypnosis of life. It's getting up in the morning, going to work, it's going to have lunch, it's going to have the gym, it's going to do this, it's going to sleep, it's going to do the same thing over and over again, right? Unless it's the weekend. And so here we are, and we've got the red pill. Now, if we were to have the red pill, like what would be the red pill? Well, the red pill is the energy of love. And so if you were to think about that, the energy of love, not the emotion, the red pill is the energy of love. And if the red pill is the energy of love, go back to the first time you fell in love, or the moment you birthed your baby, if you did, or playing with a puppy, playing with a kitten, all of those things, the first time you felt that energy of love. Well, now you move into that honeymoon stage. Now the body just opens up. Now in this energy of love, you're so present and aware in the moment. You're in your body, you're feeling joy, you're living your life, you're probably playing, you're in curiosity. That's the red pill. And so today, it's the willingness to take that red pill and to experience that energy of love, to receive new avenues, new ways of being loved, of giving love, while letting all of the other patterns and the programming to just fall away, right? Especially in the relating with others, in relating with others in your business. And so now we move into tomorrow, Friday, and it's Ace of Diamonds 8. And I love that because that's my energy. And so this placement energy is going to be this place of, oh, man, here I am, and I took the red pill, and now I am feeling love. I'm feeling love flow through my body. And now it's this, well, I got to take it higher. And I want to bring in my value too. And so we've been talking about value a little bit, but now love and value come to play. And they come out so that you can start seeing through your experience, I love and I value this experience, and I want more. And there's no too big. There's no receiving too big, because I value what it is that I'm wanting to experience. And so if that means that I'm valuing something so much that I want to experience in a luxury car, then I'm willing to move that money out so that it can value, because I value the experience of what it would feel like to have my wind blowing in this luxury convertible as I'm going down the highway. I can see the sunset that's going down. I got my kids in the back of the car, and they're singing and they're dancing because the car's got all of the stuff, right? And so I value that experience. Luxury has nothing to do with it. Like, that's the perception. But that vehicle happens to be what I'm wanting. And the same thing with the receiving of value. Many of us close ourselves off from receiving support, from receiving the money, because we put these conditions, right? Oh, no, I don't want to receive that money from you because, I shouldn't. You don't have enough money, or you this, or you that. And so we place these conditions. And so today it's like, let go of the conditions. Let go of the conditions that you have to receiving love. Let go of the conditions that you have from receiving from life and from giving to it. Now I can hear you guys like, it's like, well, I don't have enough money in the bank and I don't have enough money in the blah, blah, blah. True. Maybe. And it's pulling back into, well, I get to begin a journey then. Today is this beginning of a journey. It's this Ace of Diamonds is, okay, I'm willing to begin a journey towards greater wealth and prosperity in my life. And so what is it that I'm wanting to focus on? And am I willing to focus on the energy of value in my body? Because the energy of value in my body really does equate to wealth coming into you, wealth coming back to you, right? If I become the energy of that and I have an intention to value me, then that will begin to shift what you're experiencing in your life. And so in this energy, it's taking everything higher. It's taking love higher. It's taking the love for yourself higher. It's, it's feeling that red pill just start to move through every single cell in your body and to start to move out and start to shift in your experiences. Because as you take this red pill, well, now all of the places where you didn't love yourself are going to show up. All of the places where you didn't receive the love are going to show up. All of the places where, where you closed your heart to somebody is going to show up. All of your conditions are going to show up with love, with wealth, and how you're relating and how you're experiencing your life. And so your key today is to really allow for your higher self to come in. Really trust source, really trust your higher self, really trust your intuition, if you want to call it your higher self, or your intuition, to trust God or your angels. Your action today, your key today is to trust you, what you're feeling within, so that you can experience it without being outside of you. Everything is always going to begin in here, right? Think about it. Many of us take an Advil or a Tylenol or something because we have a headache. And so we go and we take a pill, and that pill now starts to move through our body. And so the ache in our head starts to go away. And so we start to experience our life a little bit differently, right? Because we're not seeing it through the lens of, I've got this headache and I can't get out of bed, or I can't do this. I'm lethargic. I'm bad. I'm all of those things, right? And so this red pill, love, begins inside, moves through every single cell, moves out of your body. It fills your biomorphogenic field. It starts to move the energy that we can't see, or some can, in this energy stream, and it starts to move. It starts to move out through our heart, and it starts to shift our reality. We're going back to the matrix, right? And it shifts our reality by how we see life, by how we're experiencing others, by how we're experiencing our work. And it's going to give us the awarenesses of, oh, I might want to pivot here. I might want more here. I'm claiming more here, right? I'm claiming experiences. I'm claiming experiences because I value them. I'm not claiming the things, right? And so that's the shift in the law of attraction. The law of attraction is, tune into the $1 million and become $1 million. No, it's tune into the energy of value. We don't want to tune into something that is 3D. We want to tune into the energy, the frequency, the movement of it. And then on Saturday, we move into, it's like, get out there and do the things. And so it's this energy of, okay, I have all of these awarenesses. I might be experiencing shifts with my partner, with my family, very possible. I might have made some decisions with my partner, with my family. There might be a shift in some dynamics in my relations and how I relate with others. And now it's this, like, get out there and move, get out there and do the things. And get out there and do the things because you are wanting to experience that value, right? You're wanting to get out there and be with the people. You're wanting to experience that love with another. And so we move into the King of Clubs, which is the mastery of the mind. And so, as I was saying earlier on, we moved from the diamonds into the mastery of the mind. And in the mastery of the mind, with the King of Clubs, it's I lead my life. And as I'm going and I'm doing the things today, I'm noticing the places that I'm going to have to let go of. I'm surrendering the things that I cannot control. I'm surrendering the people, the way that I relate with people, because I know that I cannot control. And so as I'm moving through this invitation to come into mastery in my mind and lead and be the authority in my life, I'm willing to let things fall away. And so it's get out there and live your physical experience while bringing this with you so you can notice, so you can be out of the hypnosis of life. That snap didn't work. And so that you can experience the fullness of your life. And in this, you brought all of this information with you. You brought all of these ideas with you. You brought a new intention, perhaps, a new focus, perhaps. And in this, you are creating this foundation. You're beginning to create a foundation of, okay, this is my intention. This is what it feels like. This is me being in flow because I'm surrendering to life. I'm surrendering what no longer serves. And in the surrendering of it, I'm starting to feel things fall into place for me. And so your key today is to fully be in this place of noticing where you are the red pill and where you may be giving love in order to receive love, where you may be closing your heart because things aren't going your way, where you may be closing yourself off from receiving love because you're expecting it in a different way, right? And so your invitation, your key today is to be open to being love, to receiving, to giving without the expectation, without the limitations, without the conditions, so that you can begin to see how your life experience changes. Beautiful. Questions, comments, please feel free to share. I would love to hear how you're experiencing this week, how this resonates for you. And yeah, have the most extraordinary weekend. And I will see you in the spaces. Bye for now.